The story started amidst the deadly war in South Greece. The soldiers of both the kingdoms were fighting with each other. The fight was at its peak. They were defeating each other using swordsmanship and archery. Everything was destroyed. Many soldiers and warriors died by drowning in the water. After this, when everything calmed down, a dangerous and arrogant king who was not good went to the king of South Greece and challenged him for a fight. Because both of them were enemies, he also took a massive army with him. The king of South Greece thought that he was coming to attack. So, he ordered his soldiers to direct the swords and arrows towards them. When the king of South Greece himself came forward, the wicked king put a condition in front of him that we will fight the war. But in this there will be only a fight between you and me. The soldiers will not come forward at all because we will not shed their blood. Whoever wins between us will be entitled to his kingdom as well as the other kingdom. The winner will get everything there, like wealth, respect, everything. The king of South Greece agreed to this, and a dangerous fight broke out between the two. There was a fierce sword attack on each other. As the king of South Greece started decapitating the wicked king with the sword, he moved aside and saved himself. Then both continued fighting with swords. The wicked king also tried to attack him and decapitate. But he also turned to the side. That is, both were giving equal competition to each other. But a time came when the wicked king started overpowering him. He was attacking him fiercely, but when the king of South Greece failed to stop his attack, the wicked king punched him and pushed him back, due to which he became weaker. Because the attack was on his chest, but the wicked king threw the sword towards him to fight again. As he got up to fight by holding the sword, the wicked king again attacked with the sword and stopped him. Now the wicked king was so obsessed that he thrust the sword into the ground and started fighting unarmed. But the other king was still fighting with the sword. The wicked king caught his sword and attacked him, then caught him by the neck and lifted him into the air. Later, he smashed him to the ground. When the king fell down, the wicked king attacked his head and broke his helmet. Then he waved the helmet in the air, placing it on the sword. It was a sign of victory, and in this way, he badly defeated the king of South Greece. Due to which his soldiers were very happy and danced, but the people of South Greece were disheartened. And they also considered the wicked king as their king and sat on their knees in front of him. And they bowed their heads after winning when the wicked king came to his palace. Then his wife, the queen, who was caring, asked him that why did you attack the king of South Greece? When he did not even say anything against us, he was gentle-natured. On this, the king replies that my love, I have done this for you. The queen said, it is a lie. You have done this not for me, but for yourself, wealth, fame, and power. They had an argument over this. The queen got angry and left from there, from which we understood that the relationship between them is not very good. The queen was very upset. That is why she went to the temple of Goddess. And she wept and began calling out to her, saying, Goddess, come out. I need your help. When Goddess came there, she consoles the queen. Queen says that I am fed up with the cruelty of my husband, bad king. I want to get rid of this by any means. Tell me what I should do. Goddess says that if you want, I can give you a child who will end all these atrocities of your husband and fight against evil. Queen said, but I don't like my husband. We already have a child, and I don't want another child from him. On this, Goddess immediately said, not from your husband, but from my husband God Zeus. Because he also wants this. He has sympathy for you. He likes you a lot. If you want, then give birth to his child, who will free you from the cruelty of your husband and will end evil from the whole world. Because it is obvious that if he is Zeus' child, then he will also have powers like him. And you should name that child Hercules. Now Queen had to get free from the cruelty by any means. That's why she agreed. At night, when she was sleeping, Zeus came to her. But he was not visible because he had come in the form of an invisible power whom Queen feels. She realizes that Zeus is here. Then the wicked king also came there. Seeing the queen in this condition, he feels this invisible power. He exploded in rage. He removes the sheet and tries to search everywhere, but he doesn't find anything. He hits the sword everywhere, thinking that if there is any power, it would have been killed by the sword attack, but nothing happens. He got so angry that he asks, gripping the queen's neck, "Tell me, who is that person? Who is with you?" The queen does not tell anything. She just keeps crying. The wicked king came out in anger and started shouting loudly in front of his people. Then lightning strikes down from the sky, and it started raining, due to which the wicked king started thinking that this can be committed by Zeus, then losing his temper. He started screaming, looking at the sky. 9 months passed like this. The queen's son was born. But the king hated him. He was very angry because he knew that he is not my child, but someone else's. But still, he goes to the queen and says that because you are my wife and this is your child, that is why I am naming him Alcides. But remember, he can never take the place of our elder son because he is my son. He is my blood, and he is the next one entitled to the throne. After me, he will be the king. Saying this, the king went from there. The queen looks at her son and says that my son's name is not Alcides, but Hercules. That is the same name which goddess had asked her to give him. But now 20 years passed like this, where Hercules, Alcides had grown up, who is now with princess. Both spent a very good time together and were very happy because they liked each other. Then the king's son, Alcides' brother, came with his soldiers. Now, although he also likes the princess, he never tells her, because he knew that my brother Alcides loves her and she loves Alcides. He sends the princess with his soldiers. He asks Alcides that why don't we go hunting all day today, to which he agreed. They went out for hunting. Night comes, and now both of them were alone. Then they get alert after looking at one side, because there was a lion who was roaring after seeing them. It was completely ready to attack, but Alcides is not afraid of seeing it. He slowly moved forward with his rod to kill it. The lion moved forward roaring. It was about to pounce on Alcides when Alcides hit it with the rod and pushed it back. He was so brave that he climbed on the lion's back and tried to throw it down, but as the lion freed itself, Alcides fell down. As soon as the lion moved forward to eat him, Alcides put a rod in its mouth to stop it. But obviously the lion was so powerful that the rod broke. Before the lion could swallow Alcides, he caught the lion tightly by the throat and held it. The lion was also trying very hard to free itself, but could not stand before the powers of Alcides. It suffocated and died there due to the breaking of the neck bone. Now, to show bravery, they remove the skin of the lion and keep it with themselves. When they return to the palace, Alcides' brother, in order to appear brave in the eyes of everyone, and to take all the credit for himself, starts telling a fake story of killing the lion. By telling this, he was showing everyone the skin of the lion, that how did I kill him? Here Alcides does not tell the truth, but agrees with his brother, that he is the one who killed the lion because he does not want to go against his brother. But here the queen and princess who knew that Alcides is brave, while his brother is coward. They doubt this, due to which they were very surprised, but the wicked king is pleased by the bravery of his son. And he fixes his son and princess marriage, but Alcides and the princess did not like this decision of the king at all. She was very surprised. The princess gets so angry that she immediately leaves from there. Even the Queen Alcides' mother was not happy with this decision, The princess's mood got spoiled. That's why Alcides goes after her with his horse to convince her. Alcides' brother tells his dad king that, "Dad, you have fixed the marriage. I am also happy." But the one with whom the marriage is to be planned, she is not happy because she likes Alcides. On which the king became furious at him and said that, "Don't think so much. It does not matter who she likes and who she does not. Your marriage with her has been fixed. So go and bring her back. The princess will be agreed." Princess, who was galloping on her horse. Alcides makes his horse stop in front of her horse, and he makes her get down from the horse. She cries a lot and says, "Alcides, I love you, not your brother. I want to marry you, not him. These people will never understand our love. Let's run away from here and go somewhere far away. We will get married, and we will start our own life in which we will be very happy before they can leave from here." Alcides' brother arrives here with his soldiers and starts chasing them, after which both of them are caught. His brother brought Alcides in front of the king. The king tells him, "Alcides, I know you are not happy with my decision, but you have to obey my order." He said, "No, I love the princess, and she loves me. So, I will not let her marry anyone else, even if he is my brother." But the king says, "No, tomorrow you are going to Egypt with Captain, because there's a war going on there. Now that place was so dangerous that no one comes back alive from there." So, the king was sending him there so that he could be killed, because obviously Alcides was not his son. So, the king hated him, now although he did not want to go. But it was the king's order. He has to obey it. But along with that, he also says, "Look, I will come back after winning this war. And on the night of the full moon, I will also marry the princess, because she is only mine." Now, while leaving, he met his mother. And here for the first time, he comes to know this secret, that I am not the king's, but Zeus' son. Here the queen tells him crying, "Son, it was compulsion to do as such. That's why you have been born, so that you can end the atrocities of your stepfather and eradicate evil from its roots. Your name is not Alcides, but Hercules." Because he was in a hurry, he leaves for Egypt without paying attention to her words. After a long time, they reach there. The entire area was a desert, but there cannibals attacked them. A brutal war broke out between them in which the cannibals were overpowering, and they kill many of his soldiers, and there was a pile of their dead bodies on the ground. When the remaining soldiers went inside the cave, they are suddenly attacked by arrows. But they somehow save themselves by putting forward their shields. After which both the armies came face to face and attacked each other fiercely. They were killing each other with their rods and swords. In this, Alcides' army seemed to be weakening. In no time, all the soldiers were killed except Alcides and his special man. They fought bravely with the rest of the army. Now there was a leader of the other army, who asks one of his men, "Who is Alcides among them? Who is he? Is he alive or dead?" On this the man tells that Alcides is dead. On hearing this, the leader takes the fake helmet of Alcides, and he sends it to the father of Alcides, saying that, "Look, we have fulfilled our promise by killing Alcides," which means that all this was a trick of the king to get him killed. Now the leader tells both of them that, "I know you are very good warriors, but I had to kill you too. You survived with your bravery. Now if you want to live, I can give you a new life, sparing your life. You will have to live as our slave. I also know that you would never like to be a slave. It is better, you will prefer to die as a warrior, so here I am going to kill you." Now before he kills Alcides' man, Alcides says while stopping him, "Stop. We want to live, but not as your slaves. You do this, sell us. We will also get a new life, and you will get money." The leader asks surprisingly, "What is your name? Who are you?" He replies that, "My name is Hercules." The leader punches him in anger and makes him unconscious. The news of Alcides' death spreads in the palace, due to which there was an atmosphere of mourning, especially for the queen and the princess. They cry a lot, but could not do anything even if they wanted to. On the other hand, the leader sells Alcides and his companion. Here his companion also came to know that the king has deliberately sent us here to get killed. And he was not able to understand why he would want to get his own son, Alcides, killed. That is why he asks Alcides that you said that I am Hercules. Whereas your name is Alcides, then by whose name did you introduce yourself? To this he replies that I myself do not know about this. I had heard this name from my mother queen. I told Hercules so that my dad king thinks that I am dead. Then after getting free from here, I will go back to the palace and marry the princess who is my love. He also says that, sir, this work is as easy to say but hard to do in reality, because you have only seen the world of the palace, whereas I am aware of the dangerous world outside. We can never go back from here. On which he encourages him, saying, don't worry, just trust me. We will definitely go to the palace now, since both of them were slaves. That is why they are sent to the battlefield for the fight. First, Alcides' companion went, who gets beaten in the beginning, but then he gains control over him and brings him close to death. After which Alcides is sent down to fight. That man attacks Alcides as he comes and pins him against a pillar. But Alcides delivers a flying kick. Both of them come face to face once again. Alcides beats him with his fists and legs and makes him half dead. Then he lifts him up and throws him down so much that his condition worsened. Then Alcides breaks his arms and drops him on the ground. He had won. That is why there are slogans of Hercules everywhere, and he is applauded. On the other hand, when the queen was sitting at one place and praying, the king comes there and starts asking, tell me whose son is Alcides? Who is his father? Is there one or how many? To this, the queen immediately says, there is only one, but he was also born for some purpose. But since my son Alcides is no more, I will finish his work by killing you to save from your atrocities. Saying this, she started attacking the king with a dagger. But he stopped the attack by holding the queen's hand and asks, tell me who is he? On which the queen finally tells him that he is Zeus, to save me from your atrocities and to finish you. He gave me a son. After telling this, she started laughing. The king trembled with fury. He stabs the same dagger inside the queen, which kills her. But while dying, she tells the king that you have killed Zeus' son. He is very angry and powerful, so now be careful. You can never save yourself from his wrath. You will be killed. See now, the king hides this thing from everyone that I killed the queen. He spreads the rumor everywhere that the queen died in grief of the death of her son Alcides. Hercules tells the slave owner that you can earn more money than you do here. If you take us to Greece, then there are no such small fights there. Rather, people come from far and wide to see the fight. There are brutal fights. Now we both will go there and fight with 6 men from your side, and these 6 people are those who have never lost. So obviously who will not come to see their fight. If we defeat them, then free us. Whereas you will become rich. To which the slave owner agreed. But before going there, both of them fight with 2 dangerous warriors as a practice, whom no one had defeated till date. But Hercules and his companion were also the best warriors, no less than anyone. They also fight them bravely. Here their dangerous fight broke out. First, Alcides came to fight, but the warrior throws him away. His companion moves forward and attacks him on the face with his rod, while Alcides also got up, and he was beating him hard. He traps him between 2 heavy stones. But when Alcides saw that my friend's life is in danger, he immediately goes there and saves him before the next attack. after which both of them fight with those warriors again and finally defeat them. But in all this, Hercules' companion was also badly injured. Seeing his condition, the slave's owner says that he cannot even walk. How will he fight there? On this, Hercules said that don't worry. I alone will fight them, for which the master agreed, after which these people come to Greece with Hercules. Here there was also a special man of their kingdom, captain, whom Hercules secretly catches and talks about himself and his friend that we are alive. Hearing which, captain becomes very happy. After which Hercules is sent to the battlefield to fight with those 6 fighters, where he enters very comfortably like a hero. Then he runs and starts moving towards them, although they try to stop his way with sword and rod. But first he attacks one with a sword and knocks him away. Then he jumps and sits on the other and thrusts the sword in his chest, as one came to stop him. Hercules caught him and lifted him in the air and threw him on the ground with force. While falling, that man bumped both his companions, due to which they also fall. Now both of them together tried to attack him again, but Hercules, while saving himself with his shield and sword, he kills one of them by plunging his sword into his body, then finally he kills the remaining 2 as well, lifting one in the air while attacking the other with his shield. And in this way, he single-handedly overpowered these warriors and won this battle. In the joy of victory, he swings his combat rod in the air. After the battle is over, Captain and Hercules' companion come to meet him. Captain tells him that it is with great regret that I have to tell you that your mom queen has been killed by the king. Then showing a dagger, he tells that I kept this for you, which I took out from your mom's chest, because that is where the king had attacked. Hearing this, deep sadness fills Hercules. He bows his head in sorrow, then while controlling himself says, "Don't tell the princess right now that I am alive, otherwise she will tell this news to everyone, and due to happiness, she will not keep it to herself." The king's men attack the village of Greece, and they grab money from them by pulling people out of their houses by beating them. But then the hero Hercules came here, who attacks all the soldiers and beats them up badly. Whoever was coming forward to attack, he picked them up and threw them away. Seeing this, the other soldiers ran away from there. Now seeing him so brave, the villagers recognize who he is and say, "You are Hercules, son of God Zeus. So you're also a god." On this, he says, "No, I am not God. I am an ordinary man." After this, he sent a message to the king that next time, do not do such act of oppressing the weak. Now the king comes to know that my soldier, Alcides' companion, is alive. But with him is a man named Hercules. So he orders to catch both of them. But he did not know that Hercules is none other than her stepson Alcides. His companion took Hercules to an old woman who is none other than goddess. She tells him that if you want, you can spend your life by marrying the princess. But the reality is that the purpose of your life is something else, which will take you far away from your love. But yes, you should trust your dad Zeus. He will give you the powers with which you can destroy that king. On this, Hercules angrily said that when all the people were being killed, when my mother was killed, where was my dad Zeus? He was unconscious. He cannot save them. God has said that he is always with you. You just need to trust him. He will give you the power himself. Meanwhile, Alcides' brother forces the princess to agree and marry him, on which she says, "Don't even think about it. I don't like you at all. I would prefer to die better than marrying you." After which the princess goes from there and tries to take her life by jumping from the roof. But then Captain comes there and saves her. Now he tells her that Alcides is alive. And the one who is Hercules is Alcides, and then the next day, both of them come face to face with each other again. because they had met after a long time, so along with being very happy, they became emotional. Their eyes were filled with tears. That's why they give a hug. The next day, the king calls the leader of the cannibals there and asks that, "How did that man of my kingdom remain alive? And who is this Hercules with him? I need both of them somehow. Find them." After searching a lot, finally Hercules is found. His brother himself comes to catch Hercules, but he was very surprised to see that his brother is Hercules, after which they attack him and take him with them as a prisoner and tie him publicly with strong chains attached with heavy stones. Then he was being tortured a lot. He was being whipped. Now the king stares at him and tells everyone that, "Look, this is Zeus' son Hercules, who is himself tied up, is getting beaten, cannot save his life. He will not save you, even not a chance," saying that. He gets more beaten and then gets captain killed too, because he was Hercules' companion, and now the king was about to get his other companion killed. Hercules looks towards the sky and takes the name of his father, Zeus. "I trust you," as he said this. A mysterious power appeared in Hercules while the clouds also started thundering. Hercules became stronger that he broke his chains by applying force. But 2 heavy stones also broke along with the chains. Now everyone was stunned to see him in this form. The king orders to kill him. But whoever was coming forward was attacking them with stones. The rest of the people ran away from there in fear, due to which there was chaos there. By twisting the chains, he was hitting all the soldiers with stones. In this way, he killed all those soldiers by picking them up and throwing them. Taking advantage of which, the king ran away from there with his other people. Hercules now leaves with his other companions to fight the king. And this was the same full moon night when the princess was to get married to his brother. But she was refusing. Now Hercules comes to the soldiers of fort, and he says that now you have to decide between right and wrong. You have to choose between the king and me. He is a cruel and selfish king, whereas I am your protector, savior, and caretaker. Now, it is obvious that those soldiers support Hercules, and they raise slogans for him. Now Hercules took all of them to the king's palace, and he challenges to fight the king and his son. The king comes out and says that my son has gone to marry Princess, your love. So, I have come to fight alone. Saying this, he throws a small torch and sets fire around Hercules and his soldiers. And then he orders his soldiers to attack Hercules' soldiers. But Hercules stops him and says, "Stop. This war is yours and mine, right? So only you and I should fight, and whoever wins between us will be the king of this kingdom. And then he will get everything, this palace and all the soldiers." To this, the king says, "No, Hercules, son, how I can fight with you. You are my son." To this he replies, "No, I'm not your son. I'm a son of the one who rules the whole world. I am the son of Zeus, Hercules." To which both the soldiers come face to face and start fighting with each other. Seeing which Hercules raises his sword up towards the sky. As a result, the lightning from the sky drew into his sword. As he gains this power, he unleashes lightning all around. As the king's soldiers get caught in the lightning, everyone dies because these shocks were very dangerous. And he killed all the soldiers in this way, after which a fight broke out between Hercules and the king. Both were fighting with swords. The fight was going on equally, but at one point the king got the upper hand. He beats Hercules a lot. Then as both of them started fighting again, he kicks Hercules and throws him away. The king challenges him. As soon as he got up, the king started hitting him again. But this time with great courage, he was stopping every attack of the king. Then he started smashing the king and was about to kill him by catching him, when the king's son brings the princess as a prisoner and asks to release the king. He had pointed a dagger at the princess, but the princess catches that dagger and thrusts it in her chest. It passed through and hit the king's son, due to which he got so injured that he fell down and died immediately. The princess also got injured and fell down there on seeing this. Hercules shouts loudly. He gets so angry that he starts fighting with the king again. This time, he was fighting very hard. He beats the king a lot, attacks different parts of his body with swords, lifts him away. Although he was protecting himself, but this time he was weak in front of Hercules. But he lifts him away and comes near him while jumping, and he thrusts his dagger forcefully into the king's chest. The king died. And in this way, he avenged his mother, along with the king's end. His atrocities will also end now. As he comes near the princess, he became very happy to see that she is alive. After a period of time, they got married, which they wanted. They started living happily, where their cute son was born who will become the next prince. Their family got complete, and they were overjoyed, showing their joyful life. This movie also has a happy ending.